Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Jain and through this video I'm just gonna explain what is Matplotlib and how does it help to just create our 2D graphs. So Matplotlib is a Python 2D plotting library which actually helps us to visualize the data points which we have through the Python programs. So let's quickly see how we can install that and how we can utilize that in a real-time scenario. Okay. So to install it, it's very similar way that we can use a pip install followed by the matplotlib. Okay, and I can just hit that. Since it has already been installed, then I should not be worried about it. What I have to do only is I have to check which version of matplotlib I am running into. Matplotlib, I need to import it, and then I can just print matplotlib underscore one, and this would give me the version. I have 3.1.1. Let's quickly jump which one is the latest one. Okay, so to get that we have to matplotlib UIP API that would give us the recent, the version of Matplotlib. It's 3.1.1, and that is what we have already installed it. And the moment you will run this command, whatever the latest available module, you will get that. Okay. So now the very first thing which we have to do is let's quickly create a very small and a simple, the graph by using the Matplotlib. So the very first thing which you have to do is Matplotlib import. There is one module pyplot, and just to the standard perspective, it's not it's a standard, but you can always use the PLT because it is a recommended way of analyzing your the PyPLT module. So the very first thing which we have to do is we have to define our data points, and we know that in any graph we have two axes, the x-axis and a y-axis in 2D in the 2D graphs, right? So for x-axis, what we can do is, let's say if I just put some values over here, okay, for example 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Okay, and let's say I have a list of values for y-axis. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's say we have these two lists of values, and for which I wanted to create a graph. So what I can do is I just need to give plt dot plot, and I have to pass these two values x comma y. Okay, and then I have to just give plt show. If I just save it, let's save it and run it and see what we get now. Okay, so I'm just gonna save this in, let's say, matplotlib introduction. Okay, and if I run it, let's see what's happened. Valid. Okay, so I just use comma here. If I just fix it. Okay, so it looks like we are able to just create a graph, right? So you can see here 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. This is my x-axis. The maximum value is, if I just show you, it's 25. Y-axis is a maximum value of 5, right? But now see, we know that it's a x-axis and it's a y-axis, and there we have this figure, right? But what we don't know is, if I want to have the label assigned to the x-axis and the y-axis, how can I do that? So for doing that, what we can do is we have in PLT we have x label, okay, method where we can pass in the value. So I can give x-axis. Okay, and similarly for my label, I can give y-axis. Okay, so if I run it again, then I should be seeing these two values as well. Okay, now we can see that we have x-axis printed here, right? And we have a y-axis printed here, right? The other thing is, if I want to give the title of title to the graph, right? How can I do that programmatically, right? So what we can do is, in PLT pyplot module, we have PLT title. Okay, and we can give whatever the title name we want to give. Let's say Matplotlib introduction. Okay, so if I just save it and run it. Let's see what's gonna happen. We should see the name. Okay, now we can see the Matplotlib introduction as well. What other things we need? We need a legend also, right? So for legend in graph, it's like, I mean, on which color you are referring, which value, right? So again, for that also we have plt.legend. Okay, so here a small thing which we have to do is, rather than passing, the legend here, what we have to do is we can just define, the label, while we define that plot. Okay, so I can give a label equals to, and let's say put introduction. Let's see what happens. Okay, these are the two things which we have to do. We have to give that, now you can see introduction, right? The next thing which I wanted to cover is, by default we are seeing we are only getting, the lines, right? So if you will just go to, the matplotlib documentation, there is very self-explanatory documentation which you can refer. If you want to change the behavior, the default behavior, you can come down here in a tutorial part, you can go to the user guide. Okay, and then there are a lot of stuff which you can understand, I mean, how these things are defined, how, what all things you can do if you want to change the default behavior, right? It's very straightforward, right? The other thing which I wanted to tell you, programmatically, which we can do is, uh, then there are, right now what we are doing is, yeah, one thing I just forgot. If I just run this again, and one more thing is which I wanted to tell you is, how can you do that? Here you can see this figure one, the windows name is figure one. How can I change that? To change that, what you can do is, because this is not, still in a form where you can share with, the bigger audience, what you can do is fig equals to, in plt we have a figure method. Okay, so we are just creating a fig, and then in fig what we can do is we can call canvas dot one model set window underscore title, and we can give any name to the window machine. So I can give introduction to matplotlib, and let's see what we get now. Good. Now we got that window name change as well, right? So it looks good now. Now, if I want to give some more real-time feel, so what I did is I just created some some data which makes more sense. So what I did, I randomly I just created some data which I can wanted to put here. Let's see if I just put it here. What it's throwing me is, for each year, I mean, what was the, what is the population, what was the population in the past for India, and how it is getting, increased over the period of time, right? So what I can do is I can just put plt dot plot, and what I can do is, rather than, so in this way, what's gonna happen, on a same graph, we gonna get two lines which is representing these two values, and from the label perspective what I can say is, let's say growth of population, right? Okay, so if I run this, let's see what's going to happen. We will see a very weird graph. Yep. Okay, so now you can see this growth in an orange color line which is very steady, but this x-axis is giving some hard time for us to understand it, because the values are very different in the magnitude, right? So what we can do is, let me just comment this out and put some more meaningful data which we can easily compare it. Okay, so I have just another set of data. Uh, I know it's not looking good, but I mean, in real time, what you have to do is you have to collect this data and you have to put in a list format so that you can just easily create the graph. So what I did is I'm just gonna copy this command, and I'm just gonna create, this time my x-axis is gonna be this field where you can see I'm just putting a decay, how much, you can understand, like, I mean, in growth it is increasing, but by death, that number should be decreased. Okay, so this is what we have, and in X level we have, the population in millions, and in India we use crore. Let's say crore. It's pretty much equal to 10 million, and then here in y-axis we can see here. I think Matplotlib-Introduction for population. Okay, I think we are good. If I run this now, let's see what happens. Okay, now we are seeing some data, right? But it's very weird. I mean, it doesn't gonna happen in this way. But if you will collect the real-time data from any of the website which are actually collecting these kind of statistics, you can easily just show, represent that in a graph with this small simple program. And let me just run this again. If I just put decay, that would be more meaningful name. I think I just cover most of the stuff which you can utilize here. The last thing which I wanted to cover, if right now we have a very standard and the default behavior which we are utilizing, but to utilize, the other style, what we can do is, I think, for that we have style, plt.style dot available. Okay, so what this is gonna do for us is it's gonna tell what all, the format which Matplotlib provide to us, which we can utilize to change the appearance of the, so if I just put this available, let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, so that is actually doing us, some formatting which already is there, right? So if I use any one of them apart from what the default behavior is, let's say 538, if I want to use it, let's see what happens, how different data we're gonna get. So what I'm gonna do, so just to use that one, what you have to do is plt style.use. You can always, if you want to see the values and all the stuff, you can always use the dir followed by, the name of your method or class that would tell you, the what all options you have available and what all methods is like that, right? So if I run this time, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, so now we saw that something has, done for us by default with, this squares were not there. We were not supposed to do that. That particular style is doing for that. So let's see if I want to use the other one. If I remember correctly, we have some other ways as well. So let's see what all values do we have. I think we can use this dark background and see what happens. Okay, so if I do this and save it. Okay, so there are many ways you can just, keep changing and just see what's gonna happen. For example, seaborn is also one of them. It gets used very heavily. I don't know, I mean, what kind of changes we're gonna expect this, but it's completely depend what you want to do it. And if you don't want to create your own style, you can always, just utilize one of them and see which one suits to more effectively, what exactly your requirement is based on that and pick that. So that's it from my side for this particular video. In the next video, we will be covering some more advanced topic related to the matplotlib, followed by, collecting a data from the real time, the website statistic websites, and just try to plot them on a graph, and just let's see how we can just create the object of the graph and we can share with the rest of the team or to whomsoever we want to share. So that's it from my side. If you have any feedback or any suggestion, just feel free to put that in a comment section. And if you feel that, I mean, these kind of videos can help your friends, please feel free to share with them also. And if you really like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe for my channel. And thanks for watching this, and stay healthy and keep learning.